Hello future educators, it's me, CM Charles. I'm here to talk to you about Synergetic Discipline. You're probably wondering who is CM Charles. Well, let me tell you. I was once a public school teacher just like you're about to be. I went to University of Mexico where I obtained my PhD in curriculum and educational psychology. I actually have over 50 years of experience working in education. I've been on faculty at the University of New Mexico, teachers in college, Columbia University, Pepperdine University, Universidade de Manaus, Brazil, and San Diego State University, where I'm currently a professor. I've been awarded a number of different designations over the years, and I've written 27 books. I've worked with a number of different international governments regarding education and curriculum. But today, we're going to talk about synergetic discipline. So, good class behavior is no mistake. It happens when two teachers and students are cooperating mutually. When this happens, it minimizes class misbehavior and minimizes the causes of this misbehavior, which results in an energized class, which is more enjoyable for everyone, you and the student. And when you have this kind of cooperation, you have easier listening, which is going to be more productive. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about synergetic discipline. So when you have synergetic discipline and you have cooperation between student and teacher, you have higher quality learning and you have more responsible behavior, which is going to remove your stresses that, as we all know, the first year of any job is going to be pretty challenging, and teaching is no different. So when you have this kind of mutual cooperation, you have a lot more enjoyment between you and the students.
Next, I want to talk to you guys about synergy.
Synergy is a phenomenon that occurs when two or more entities cooperate, creating energy. When this happens, you often see increased productivity, increased creativity, overall increase of satisfaction, enjoyment, and you often see these kind of things happen in sporting events, science fairs, drama production, that kind of mutual energy that just feeds people, feeding off one another. And it's interesting that people find that often when synergy is taking place, there's virtually no misbehavior. On the first days of class, it's helpful to go over some of the basic needs that we all share. And you should make the promise to your students that you're going to continue to take these in account throughout the year. You're going to want to let them know that security is important, a sense of safety without worrying. That you're going to take into account hope, the belief that school is worthwhile and success is possible. Dignity, which is feeling respected and worthwhile. Belonging, feeling a part of things, being valued and having a place in the classroom. Power, which is having some control of an input onto the events in the class. Enjoyment, which is finding pleasure in the activities that are stimulating and rewarding. The last one is competence, being able to do anything well, including schoolwork. You're going to want to inform your classroom that you're going to strive to have the following. A teacher who is friendly, interesting, helpful, and supportive. You're going to have some camaraderie, which is going to be enjoyable associations between the class members. And you want students understanding the importance of what they're going to learn. And you want to create interesting topics for them to learn about that are intriguing and worthwhile. You want to have enjoyable instructional activities, opportunities for and the likelihood of success and achievement, and attention that is drawn tactfully to the students at home. You're also going to want to go over some things that may be less enjoyable for students. You might even ask them some of the things that they find less enjoyable in the class, like sitting still for long periods, or keeping quiet, working alone, not knowing why something is being taught, or memorizing facts, doing repetitive work, completing long reading assignments. But what's important is that you talk with your class about when these things might be necessary. They aren't normal parts of education, but they are necessary. But by having this discussion with your students, they have some ownership and they have a little bit of understanding of why things are happening. Now, you're going to want to have a discipline plan. On the first day of school, you're going to want to let students know how they need to conduct themselves to be successful in their class. You should let them know that they, and you as well, will have the expectation to show consideration for one another, that everyone will be expected to have good conduct and not to interfere or offend any of the other classmates. You're You're going to want to have your discipline plan decided before the first day, but don't roll it all out at one time. You're going to want to lead it out maybe by asking questions. My recommendation is to do it over 6 sessions, over 6 days, kind of presenting questions so students come up with some of the discipline rules themselves. You'll have a better buy-in that way. It usually takes about 10 minutes for younger students to discuss each of these 6 days and 15 minutes for older students. But trust me, this investment at the beginning of the year will be worth your while. What a nice view, huh? Next, you're going to want to develop ethics in your classroom. Ethics refers to doing what is honorable in all situations. And this actually should be the prime goal of education. The best thing that we can do as teachers is to emulate ethical behavior so our students know what to do. And trust is key in synergetic discipline. You have to establish trust in your class. And you'll establish trust by being a teacher that is kind, considerate, faithful, tactfully honest, and fair. You gotta be true to your students to really get that trust in the classroom. Next, you're gonna really wanna emphasize your charisma. So charisma is a blend of talent, experience, knowledge, and understanding others. We can all sharpen our charisma by increasing personal charm, friendliness, enthusiasm, and helpfulness. The next thing that you're gonna want to really focus on is communication. Communication is key in the classroom. Communication is when there's an exchange between two people and you really listen to that person, acknowledge what they're feeling and experiencing, and providing an actual solution to the problems. The last thing I want to go over is called competition. Competition is when you have cooperation and competition in one. It's not really focused on, but if you could think about it in like similar to sporting events where everyone's working together trying to go towards a certain goal, and then there's that synergy within the group. Now we're going to talk about how to address problems and solutions. Let's go ahead and start with problems. So problems happen all the time in the classroom, and it's important to identify those problems and address them immediately. I find that circles are a great way to identify problems. So you circle up, everyone gets together, and you clarify what the problem is, then you think about solutions together, and then you select a solution and you stick with that solution. Next, I'm going to talk about how to address conflicts. Conflicts are a little bit different. They don't always entail misbehavior. Conflicts can be just disagreement between two people, but there are some things that I've thought of that really help to resolve conflicts. One of those is to make sure all individuals have the opportunity to express their concerns. And then you need to insist that all comments, observations, and suggestions are presented in a respectful manner. Encourage both sides to be open and honest, but tactful. Encourage each person to try and see these things from the other person's point of view. You're going to want to keep attention focused on areas of agreement between the disputants, and help those disputants formulate solutions to joint agreements. And lastly, don't allow students to go back and forth, defend themselves, or be too defensive. Last, I'm going to leave you with a 4-point summary of synergetic discipline and how you can utilize it in your classroom. So first, you're going to want to invite your students to sincerely work with you in maintaining an interesting and inviting program for learning that is free from fear and based on personal dignity and consideration for others. Second, you're going to want to involve your students in developing your discipline plan, and you're going to want to make expectations very clear so they understand what is involved and what is expected of them and what is expected of you as a teacher. Next, you're going to want to discuss and demonstrate conditions that elevate class spirit and energy. You're going to ask the class to continuously identify topics that they find interesting. And lastly, you're going to want to discuss student and teacher misbehavior, how it's manifested, and why it's detrimental to learning, and the factors that are known to foster that type of behavior. Make sure you ask your students to work with you to help eliminate or reduce those factors. I believe that with this type of discipline in the classroom, you will have maximum productivity, total student engagement, and the success that you've just never seen before. Try this program and tell me what you think. At the end of this, I'm going to have a link to a website for further information. There's also some scenarios there in case you're interested in what I might do in a certain type of situation. Go ahead and leave your comments and questions at the end of this video. Thank you.